Welcome to Amigo Chat. This is the third episode of Amigo Chat. So today we are discussing everything about parenting, and today we have a guest, a wonderful guest. We would want you to tell us about yourself, everything about yourself. We want our viewers to know that you're the right person to discuss about parenting. So tell us about yourself now.
Thank you for having me. My name is Mrs. Ezechukwu Oluchi. I am a teacher. I am a mother. I am a counselor by the virtue of the fact that I attended School of Education. Once you attend School of Education, you are an all-rounder. So I'm a counselor also. I counsel children. I also counsel my students as well.
So you're also a parent,
Yes, I'm a mother
a mother of how many kids?
of three. I have three children,
Mm,
two adults, and one trying to become an adolescent.
adolescent.
Yes,
So
because in time,
you know everything about parenting,
yes,
both the adults and the
yes, I've gone through
mm,
a lot in parenting.
mm.
With my adult, my boy, girl, and then this boy again. So I think I can
Yeah.
say
So how long have you been
something.
teaching?
I've been teaching for more than 20 years.
Wow.
Yes,
Teaching for 20 years.
yes,
Wow.
quite an experience.
Yeah, yeah. So today we are talking about parenting, and as a parent, you know everything. As a teacher, and as a mother of three,
Yes,
two adults and one adolescent.
yes,
You will know more. So we are talking about parenting, and then there are two major type of parenting style. Do you understand? We have
yes,
the one where the parents are all in all. You understand?
yes,
They determine. It's called maybe authoritarian style of parenting. You understand?
yes,
They are all in all. They tell you you will be a lawyer, and if you are not ready to study law, they are not going to train you. You will
yes,
be a doctor. If you are not ready to be a doctor, don't come near me. You'll be an accountant. Like so.
coach.
Parents, they want whatever they want
That's,
is what you should
yes,
desire to be.
strict rules.
So, and there are some
And
parents that are, modern
yes,
parents. They want to hear the child version, what the
yes,
child
yeah, they
feels, what
want
the
you
child
to.
wants. You understand? So now these are the two style of parenting that we have. Which one do you adopt in your own family?
Um, a bit of authoritarian,
Mm,
and a bit of free range.
okay, okay.
Because if you use one style of parenting, you might not
Let it
get
all.
the required results.
Yes.
Because if you allow children to do what they want, it might not go well.
Mm.
Then if you're too strict for your children, it might not also
I'll
go
go
well.
well.
So you have to strike a balance between the two types of parenting that we have talked about now.
Okay.
You can't be too strict, you can't be too relaxed.
Relaxed.
You understand?
So at what point are you supposed to be strict? And where you say this is what I want and this is how it's going to be.
When you know that is the right thing for them to do, that's
Okay.
the right approach.
And that's after evaluating their own
Yes,
side.
yes.
Okay.
That's when you look at it and you see this is the right thing for you to do,
Okay.
and that is the right way for you to go.
Okay.
If you don't go that way, you might not get it right.
Right. Okay.
Then you stand your ground and say, this is it. At times you might let go as well. Okay, make your own choice. When they go their own way and see that it's not working out, you will now see that your own way is the right way, or your own decision is the right
Right decision.
decision for them.
So when do you imply free range?
Okay, you have a child, and then you study as like a psychologist. Once you have a child, as the child is, suckling,
Okay.
you are studying that child.
Okay.
You understand? As a mother, and you are educated, even when you are not educated, the child is suckling, and then you'll be looking at the child, and the child will be looking at you. from there you are studying that child and that child is studying you.
Okay.
You understand?
Mm.
So from there you're looking at that child, you that child will bite you, and you tell the child, if you bite me again, I will beat you.
Okay.
And then the next time the child is on sucking again, you watch him or her.
Yeah. Mm.
If he bites again, from there you know that this child will be stubborn. You understand?
Yes.
You're counting it. You understand? You're monitoring the child's movement. You're monitoring the child's growth. From there you begin to see if you can allow a free range or
A
you're
strict
going
method.
to be strict.
Yeah.
You understand? And then another thing is, as you have your children, there are different. You understand? Even though they are from the same womb, each child has his own, way of understanding things. You understand?
Yeah.
You can tell him or her, do this. He will tell you, okay, I will do it.
Yeah.
And he will not do it.
Yeah.
And then you tell another child, do this, and that child will do it. You
Yes.
understand? So each child has his own method of understanding things and doing things. And then the way they exhibit their life or character, you give it to them that way.
I want to ask this question. Is parenting easier for educated parents more than it is for uneducated parents? Do you think people that are educated, people that are exposed, they are more understanding?
Yes, I think so.
They can apply this method at various stages.
I think so. Because if you are educated, you will follow your child.
Okay.
Child's development.
Okay.
Do you understand? You will know that this is a toddler. This is what he's capable of doing.
Yes.
This is a teenager. This is what he's capable of doing.
Yeah.
This is an adult. This is what he's capable of doing.
doing.
A toddler can do certain things. If a teenager does the same thing, then there is problem.
Okay.
You know that child is not developing well.
Okay.
Then you know what to do. So the way you talk to your toddler is not the way you're going to talk to your teenager, and it's not the way you're going to talk to your an adult child.
So are you trying to say that being authoritarian is in white parenting, being the final say in the family is not right at all?
No, it's not.
But people your age were raised by parents that are not educated, and you have fathers that are very strict, and most of you turn out to be good. Why doing what your daddy wants you to do?
I wouldn't.
So would you say that they didn't do well?
No, I wouldn't say that we turned that because they were too strict.
Okay.
We turned that because we wanted to turn out
good.
You understand?
Okay, so their strictness didn't add anything to it.
Yes, it helped also.
Okay.
And then you know what you want for yourself.
Your personal decision.
Yes, you know what you want for yourself. You understand? And then plus what they want for you.
Okay.
And then from the way they have treated you, and then you don't want to put yourself to shame, and also you don't want to put your family to shame, and then you want to turn out good for yourself.
Okay.
That is your personal.
So it's more decision. Of a personal decision.
You can also see some children that have strict parents that turn that bad.
Of course.
You understand?
Because they feel like whatever you're going to do me out, I'm receiving it in my house already. Yes, so there's no difference.
It's a kind of individual decision. Just you want to be good to yourself, you want to turn out good, you want to make yourself proud. In addition to your parents' training, you understand? So when we were growing up, we received it hot especially from my mother.
Okay.
My father was not that even though he was not that strict type, but once he looks at you, he's a kind of counseling type. Do you understand? Yes. And that was why I decided to make use of counseling in training my own children.
Okay. So you and your children, you sit down, you discuss more like friends.
Yes.
They are free.
Yes.
They can approach you on any issue. Okay.
Yes. I was free when I was training my two adults. With them. You can make your decisions As long as it's okay by me.
Yeah, bring it to the table. Let's
Yes,
discuss it
let's
as a
talk about
family.
it.
Yes.
What do you want? I've always supported my children in whatever decision they have taken,
Okay.
as long as it is good
Okay.
and it do not endanger their lives.
Their lives.
Go ahead with it.
Okay. When you are using the free range method, there are sometimes you have this conflict of interest. You understand? This child want this, and they feel it's the right thing to do. And you, being the mother, you know that you are 18. I was 18 years back before you. I know this thing is not good. And this child is certain that it is good. When you were 18 was in the 80s. Now I'm 18 in the 20s, and I'm telling you is what is in vogue and is what is going to happen. How do you manage such situation at home?
That's why I said,
Knowing too well that you are limited in understanding that thing. No, during your time, you don't have that understanding, but now there are a lot of understanding around it that you don't know. And this child is, though they are well knowledgeable about it, and she's trying to insist that this is what she wants. How do you handle such situations?
like I told you, I give them that free hand. Take whatever decision you want to take, as
Okay.
long as it will not endanger your life.
Life, okay.
First.
Okay.
You understand? As long as it will not put you in trouble, even if it's an experiment, you will experiment it.
Okay. Okay.
Then you move on.
Okay.
You try other things.
Other
I
things.
like free range.
Okay.
You understand? I know when I apply, it's not even authoritarian. Authoritative, you correct in love. You command in love.
In love.
You understand? Authoritarian is different from authoritative.
Of course.
You understand?
Of course.
Authoritarian, you make the decision, you stand on it. If you fail, you are punished. You understand? Authoritative, you give command, even if along the way
there is a need
out.
to.
Yes, you chastise in
love. Yes.
You understand? You chastise in love.
In love.
Not, you know,
Not insisting.
yes, I will disown you if you don't.
If you don't do what I
this,
want.
or
yes.
if you don't study this, if you don't do that, no.
Okay. I want to ask you this question, and I want you to be honest. You were born maybe in the 80s, and from
70s.
in the 70s,
Yes.
and then you were a young lady, in the 80s and the 90s.
Yes.
I know there are a lot of changes now. Are you doing research? Are you following up with trend? Is it difficult now to catch up? Now that you are training people in the digital age, is it giving you stress? And how do you think illiterate parents, uneducated parents, what advice can you give them in order to catch up? Because this time around, I think living with some of them is very difficult. You understand? Where they cannot manipulate the gadgets now, they don't understand modern trend. They don't. And when you're trying to express yourself, when you're trying to express yourself to them, because you're in the modern age, it's very difficult to capture the understanding. So how do you? Do they send you back to you do research? Try to catch up with your children and your students.
I have adult children, like I told you.
Yeah.
I've always followed their trend.
Okay.
You understand? I've always followed them back to back.
Back to back, yes.
Whatever
So you allow them to teach you.
Yes.
The one you don't know.
Yes, whatever music they are listening to,
you want to listen,
yeah. Listen to it also. You understand? Like my daughter, whatever clothes that is in vogue, I want to wear it also. You understand?
Of course.
I want to see it, I want to wear it, I want to follow the trend with you, so that it will not be difficult for me to understand where you're going. You understand? For illiterate, I don't think we still have illiterate parents just like that. Now the illiterate ones are
a lot of them are not
crazy.
exposed. A lot of them are not exposed. There are people your age that are not exposed.
We have social. Everybody is trying to meet up right now.
Okay.
Everybody, like our set. The set before us. They are all trying to meet up. I don't think we have such illiterate parents that will not understand the trend now. Everybody is trying to catch up. Nobody wants to be called a Jew guy.
Something is happening right under your nose and you don't know
about
in the house.
I think everybody is trying to catch up. For those that do not want to catch up, I will advise them to try to be in friendship with their or in sync with their children, adult children.
Try to learn.
Teach them, learn.
Try to learn.
Learn from your
In my own house, my dad don't know how to operate Android phone, but my mom insisted that she must learn,
exactly.
and I taught her.
Yes.
She can now Facebook, she can now do WhatsApp, she can anything I post, she will call me and say, why did you make that post? Why? But my dad, in fact, when you give him Android, he will dump it. He's looking for buttons, and there are parents like that. They don't want to learn. They feel like this is your thing. It's not my thing. So
to push. One day you will understand that it's necessary for him to
learn and to catch up.
Yes, it's necessary. Otherwise, they will be telling you one thing, and you'll be surprised. What is this? What are you talking about? But if you see it yourself, you know about it. Like when they talk about TikTok and this person, they will call names. I will also call names
of people you know.
I know.
Yes.
And then, did you see what he did? And look at this and look at that. We are laughing and we are discussing. Because if you don't follow the trend or follow them up, you will be left behind with their growth.
Yes.
You won't know anything about whatever they are doing. So it's very, very good that you follow your children, know what they know, try to learn what they are learning, or what
and understand everything.
Understand everything about them. It will help you more.
So when it comes to parenting, children, they have needs, both physical, both emotional needs. But oftentimes you find out that parents, especially African parents, are more concerned on the physical needs of the child. They want to provide your clothing, they want to provide you the gadgets, but the emotional aspects, they don't care. Oftentimes, these children, they are not free to tell you. Do you understand? But here in Africa, it's rare to go to a home where you see people discussing their relationship with their parents.
Yes.
They don't. But once you're under their roof, such topic is not
prohibited
in the house. Now telling your mom that I'm heartbroken. You can imagine after eating my food. And now you find out that these children, what they should have discussed with their parents, they discuss with their mates. And oftentimes they get wrong advice from their mates. So my question now is, do you think that it is right for parents to ignore the emotional needs of their children?
It is not right for parents to ignore their children's emotional needs. It is very, very important. Otherwise, like you said, they will go to their peers
and
they
learn.
They will learn the wrong thing. They will tell you, okay, you are feeling like, if a girl is growing up, there will be changes in the girl's system, hormonal changes and all that. She needs to discuss it with her parents, especially the mother. You understand? And you will give proper, advice, solution to the ones you know. Do you understand?
Yes.
If she goes to the pair to talk about it, they might even give her the wrong advice. You can do this or do that, and then you feel okay.
Yes.
You understand? They can even introduce her to the wrong people.
Yes.
You understand? That is why you now see young children being sexually active
at a very tender
age.
Which is
wrong.
They
can tell you if you're feeling down, do this, and then you feel okay. For the boy, they can ask you to smoke.
Yes.
If you smoke now, your mood will come down.
You feel good.
You understand? You become okay, which is wrong. But these are things you can discuss with your father, because he also had gone through such
level or such things.
Stages. You understand?
Yeah.
You see young person are going into masturbation.
Of course.
When you know that at this age, this is what should happen to a young boy. Go to your father, discuss it with your father. Look at what I'm experiencing.
What do I do? Now talking about sorry for cutting you there. Talking about masturbation. The first time I heard that word, that was in 2009. Yeah, 2009. Over the radio. So a preacher was just preaching and was calling, sin and then mentioned masturbation. So I rushed to my dad. I said, Daddy, what is masturbation? My father told me that it is a dirty act. That was the answer.
See?
There's anything that is dirty, that you shouldn't do dirty, it is a dirty act. That was the answer. So I never knew that it has to do with the body. So I thought when you do dirty thing, around the house,
You see?
yeah. So
That's
I
a
grew
very
up with
wrong-
that understanding.
Wrong answer to give.
So,
instead of him to
In fact, I'm lucky I didn't even use the grammar outside. I could have seen someone doing this as a stop masturbating, but my dad didn't give me the right answer to that question. So I learned that on my own. While going through the internet, I saw it again, and now I asked Google, and then I said, in fact, while going through Google, I first of all saw the benefit before seeing you understand. So as a parent, is it advisable to avoid certain questions,
No,
or
no.
because of you lack choice of words, you lack choice of language to use, you want to downplay certain questions?
No, it's very, very wrong. After all, God created everything.
Yeah.
And then, for the fact that the name is in the dictionary, you should mention
You
it.
should mention it because that child will come across it some other
Yes.
time. Yeah.
Otherwise, they will teach him the wrong thing.
Mm.
As long as God created it, if you want to teach your child, mention it.
Okay.
This is this part of the body.
Mm-hmm.
This is this part of the body. It is for this. It is for that. It is not for this.
Okay.
Make sure you teach that child that. And
Call the name.
Yes, and allow
Don't
him or her
don't feel
to-
shy. It's not righteousness.
Yeah, it's not.
It's not righteousness.
It's
Call
not.
the name.
At the end of the day, they will still go in.
Yes,
they will still
they will learn it one way or the other.
Yes, elsewhere.
Mm.
And then it will be very, very bad when they learn in the wrong way. And then you'll be battling with diseases here and
Here
there.
and there.
You'll be treating STDs
Yes.
because you didn't tell them how to use that particular part of the body.
Yes.
So it's good you make friends with your children, provide the emotional needs of your children. Once they do something good, appreciate them.
Okay.
If they do something bad, discourage them. If they are moody, discuss what it is. Even if they don't want to open up at that particular moment, give them a break. Don't force it out. At the appointed time, they will definitely open up.
So
That's
this
what
method
I'm
of parenting, discuss with the child, allow the child to express it. Is it yielding positive results?
For me, it has.
Okay.
For me, it has yielded positive results.
So you think it's right to discuss certain things in an African home, like relationship? A child you are feeding, you are paying school fees, you are buying clothes, just because he's 18, 17, 19, he's telling you about heartbreak in your own house. Do you think it should be a discussion in the family?
Since it has happened, it should help that child.
Okay.
You understand?
Mm.
Since it has happened, help that child to recover from it. Otherwise, you might lose that child. Some even fall into depression
Okay.
at the end of
While in your house,
Yes.
and you are doing everything to make the child happy.
As a parent,
Yeah.
you want the best for it. And if you see a child brought up in love,
Mm.
is a different person.
Yeah.
As a girl, a different wife, a different mother than a child brought up in hate.
Hate, yes.
You understand? That is why you have divorce here and there.
And,
If you bring up a child in love, you will bring it forward. She will pay it forward.
she will bring out love.
Yes,
People will see
pay,
love.
Yes, she will pay it forward.
Mm.
In her home,
In her home,
you will see that love radiating
of course.
because this is a generational thing. A child brought up in hate,
You also
in
exhibit it.
rancor, in antagonism,
You will also exhibit
she
it.
will still pay it forward.
Yes.
As a wife, you see katakata
Mm.
here and there.
Because that's what she bought from her
As
house.
a man, you see, I don't know how to describe them. I don't know how to describe this. How do I pick them? Mommy boys or what?
Mommy boy character.
Yes, mommy boy characters.
Mama say.
Mama, you understand? Or you see, you know,
A lot of childish
immaturity. Yes,
attitude.
immaturity in marriages.
Mm.
It's because of
The way they were brought up.
a man not brought up well from home.
So at what point, like everything now, like in modern school system, they encourage the child to be outspoken, especially in primary, secondary school. They want the child to be outspoken, the child to talk. You understand? And you now find out that corporal punishment is a no
Yes.
in the school system. And then you are removing corporal punishment and you are allowing these young adults and children to talk, you know. Like something happened today. I was watching the television. A school principal came to a class and announced to the whole class and said, we've bought a waste bin basket. And one of the students said, is it not with our money? And the principal said, who said that? All of them kept quiet. So who said that? So all of them kept quiet. This happened in Ogun State. And then the principal now called one of the male teachers and said, flog all of them. And while trying to flog all of them, one of the students died. So, and when you see this before now, when the principal is walking along the hall, along the corridor, it's as if the angels are moving. You dare not talk back. When the principal is talking, you dare not. In fact, teachers threaten students with the principal. Say, I'm going to call the principal. And nobody talk. But now we have children that are outspoken. And because this outspoken thing, they are not talking nonsense.
They are children from.
So this be active. Say it the way it is. Is it yielding positive? Are we getting
children with good upbringing
will not say anything.
Yes. Children with good upbringing will not say such a thing.
Okay.
They know that it's very, very bad to insult your elders.
Your elder, yeah.
It's one of the things to tell them. Obey your parents, obey your elders as you're training them. You understand?
Yeah, don't talk out of tongue.
Yes. You don't say things that you should not say.
Telling your principal is not our money.
A child that said that is from a poor
home,
poor parenting home.
Yeah.
You understand? He was not properly brought up. You understand? My child cannot say that. You understand what I'm saying?
When you teach them with love, they can't say hurtful things.
They cannot say such a thing. Because I tell them, before you talk, think. If what I'm about to say will hurt this person, or don't say it.
Because it just came to your mouth. You
don't just say whatever comes to your mouth. Think before you talk. Don't talk and then you start thinking.
And then parents should also mind what they discuss. Do you understand? If you have parents discussing certain things at home near these children, like if you are hating the let's say you hate the governor, you are always talking about it in front of your children. They grow with that hate.
Let me shock you. When we were growing up, we are brought up in such a way that my parents can discuss anything.
Okay.
Before us.
Okay.
They can gossip about anybody before us.
Okay.
We were taught not to talk anyhow.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying?
This one is family secret.
You don't talk anyhow.
And you one of our side
you don't talk anyhow. you don't tell you don't gossip. That is gossip.
Yeah.
You don't gossip. You don't take what is happening in your home. You will be discussing it outside. My parents taught us you don't gossip. You don't talk anyhow. Even when people come to you to gossip, tell you, John said this, that. You don't contribute anything.
Yeah,
you don't add to it. Because that is gossip.
Yes.
You don't slander people. They will come to you and they will be telling you something bad about people. You'll be adding your own. You don't slander. We are taught not to do that. So I always tell my children, don't involve yourself in ashikwa, ashiho. Achọkwa m ịnụ nwa gị shi mgbe guzoro, my mother will tell you guzoro bịa aka ike ya adịghịkwa ya. So we were brought up that way and we grew up that way. Guzoro bịa aka, you can't even see me Oluchi gwara m ya.
Mm.
I don't
You
involve
don't
myself. So
involve.
I
And the same way
applied,
you
yes, I
applied it to
applied that
your own
method to it.
method.
You can't even see them talking
Talking
anyhow.
anyhow. Mm.
Ọfọziekwanụ ebe gị na ha bụ ọbụ shash
I will,
or principal kwu ka ide
your answer back. It's very wrong.
It's very, very
It's
wrong.
very wrong.
Oh, poor upbringing.
Yeah. So now, another question is, in a family, you find out that parents have preference among their children. You understand? They prefer this one to this. Is it that they see themselves in this particular child? They see, this child is living their dream. I love this child. I was discussing with a boy, a friend of mine at office. He said, I'm the second son, but my father loved me more than the first son. And he was telling me that this have caused problem in their family.
Exactly.
Because the mom is always telling the first son, I take up your position, behave like the first son. Your father is tilting towards your younger brother, and it's as if the thing is trying, the elder brother is always looking at him like, he said that he went to the university, the elder brother didn't go to any university. He had good rapport with the parent. So do you think, is it right to have preference, to
wrong.
show so much love?
No, it's very, very wrong
Mm.
to have such preferences now.
Okay.
But then something,
Prompted it.
yes,
Okay.
you can have, okay, let's say the first son and the second son.
Mm.
Now, there must be something expected of the first son,
son
which is not
doing.
doing, and the second son
He's
is
doing it.
As a parent,
It's natural to love that one. Yes.
as a parent,
Mm.
you are going towards that second son
Okay.
unconsciously.
Unconsciously.
Before you realize what is happening, it is growing out of proportion.
And causing problem.
Yes, and it brings jealousy.
Jealousy.
So as a parent, you should avoid having preferences.
Mm.
Don't give any preferential treatment to any of your child. Love them equally. You understand?
Yeah.
Love your children equally.
Do you know that
you have
it's common?
Overlook this. And like I told you,
Yeah.
you have different, behavioral patterns.
Yes. Mm.
This person is slow. This
This
person
one is
is fast.
fast. Yeah.
You can't be comparing
The both of them.
Yes.
Just be patient with each of them. Mm.
like my children. First, my son, my daughter. When they started growing, I saw my son, I saw my daughter. They came before this one.
The last
You
one.
understand?
Yes. Mm.
I saw my son where he was going. I saw my daughter where she was also going.
Going.
Every time my mother-in-law would come up and then she will start making comparisons.
Comparison.
I will call her,
Don't do
please,
that.
Mama, don't compare these two children.
Mm.
They are different. This one is fast. This one is not as
fast
fast.
as this one.
Not that she's slow.
but
Not that she's a dollar.
she's in her own pace.
Yes, she is learning.
At her own
according to-
pace. Yeah.
Yes, at her own pace, and this one is a fast learner.
You
can't compare
There's no
the
room
two.
for comparison.
Because if you start that, she will start feeling inferior,
Yes.
and you have created that jealousy.
Yes.
You have created problem where there is no problem.
Mm.
So parents should stop comparing their children.
Mm.
Treat them equally. Try to understand them psychologically.
Our last question for today is, let's look at love in the family. You understand? It's common and natural for fathers to love their daughter from here to any length, and then mothers to love their son. Do you understand? Is it a cause of concern? Is it a cause of concern, when this love should be checked, especially between fathers and their daughters? You understand? When it gets to certain name calling, gestures, touching, and do you think in the family it should be a thing to look into and try to correct it
I don't think so.
in an African home?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
We all know our boundaries.
Yeah.
As a mother, you know your limitations with your son.
Okay.
Even though
Oftentimes mothers know, but when you have a father that means this and that,
no,
I
do you
think,
I don't think
mm,
there is any limit to father's love to her daughter. You
Okay.
understand?
Okay.
I've, I don't think I've seen a father, even though they are saying it, but I don't think it is in Africa.
Yeah, it's
that they-
common in Africa. It's not.
It's not.
It's not common in Africa.
It's been there from ages.
Mm.
There's that special love between a mother and a son, that special love between a father and a daughter. It has been like nature made it so.
Yeah.
You understand?
Mm.
Nature made it so.
So there's nothing funny
There is
in it.
nothing funny in it.
No,
And
there's
you
nothing.
a father can call the daughter any name.
Sweet names.
Yes,
Yeah.
he chooses to call.
Okay.
It's okay, and the mother can call
The
the
son.
son any name
Mm.
she chooses to call the son. There's nothing wrong about it.
So we
It will
should
continue to happen.
happen.
There's nothing we can do about it.
Okay.
Nature, God made it so.
Okay.
From my own perspective, God made it so. Because
Wow.
it's you don't tell a son to love the mother.
No.
You don't. You don't tell a son you love your mother. It happens naturally.
Naturally. Mm.
And you don't tell a daughter to love the
The
father.
father.
It happens naturally. You see it happening.
Mm.
So there's nothing can be done about
About it. Okay. Okay. So as a mother, there's no need trying to, you know,
it. Monitor your
uh-huh.
husband,
Especially
your daughter.
most fathers, especially some are promiscuous, some are drunk,
I don't
some are, you know.
I don't think
Do you think you don't think they will bring it home and you know they want to?
not in an African setting.
Not in African
not
home.
in an African setting.
Okay.
No, not in an African setting. I don't think. Because how old am I? I've been seeing it happening in homes.
Okay.
I don't think it has escalated to
To
a
their
father, you know, doing something.
And because we have strong tradition, we
Yes,
have culture
yes,
and tradition
yes.
that prohibit it, and
we do.
okay. But nowadays anyway, there are news. You understand, where we see parents taking advantage of their own children, their own
The
female
person's
children.
health needs to be checked.
Okay.
The person needs to have a home in the psychiatric hospital.
A special ward.
Yes. That's where the person is supposed to be,
Okay.
not with the family.
Okay.
Yes.
That person is not worthy of being
They
called
call
a
the father.
father.
Yes.
Mm. Thank you for coming. So finally tell us what it feels like to be a teacher. How do you feel after these 20 years? How do you feel? You know, would you like to be a teacher? If there is anything like reincarnation, if you come back, would you like to be a teacher
A
again?
dream fulfilled.
Okay.
You understand?
You've always wanted to be a teacher.
Yes, I love impacting knowledge.
Okay.
That has been my dream. Even while I was growing, I will call our,
Neighbors, children.
the younger ones,
Mm.
and I'll be teaching them. You
Okay.
understand? So
You've always wanted to be a
yes,
teacher.
always wanted to impact knowledge. So I'm fulfilled.
Yeah,
as a
fulfilled.
teacher.
But going by what is happening now, would you like to still be a teacher?
Yes.
Hmm.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I would love to be a teacher like I'm a teacher. I will continue teaching, impacting knowledge, because when I see my products,
Yeah, it makes you happy.
yes,
Gives
I'm
you joy.
fulfilled.
Yeah.
What else do I want?
Yes.
Is it money?
Or what?
No. Money cannot buy the joy
Mm.
that I derive
As a
from
teacher.
seeing my products
Doing well.
progressing, doing very, very well in their fields of endeavor.
Alright. Thank you very much, Mrs. Ezechukwu, for coming, and we hope to see you next time. But we'll be inviting you often today. It's wonderful. So we hope to see you next time we invite you.
Thanks for having me.
You're welcome. So here we come to the end of today's episode on Amigo Chat. Hope to see you in the next episode. Thank you and bye.